Hey, Shalom. All praises to you, How Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem, Rakakodashe. Much mercy to you, sincere brothers out there, the true house of David, all you brothers that believe and that can understand the Lord's doctrine. If you can't understand the new covenant and break it down for what it is, and you have to add false doctrine to it, or you have to add what you understand, which a lot of you guys don't understand shit, your understanding doesn't go that far. But a lot of you guys can't be corrected, so a lot of you guys are old bottles. So I just want to bring this out because when the Lord said you can't put new wine in old bottles, that means that this new covenant really don't go in guys that's of the old and that's acting like they're of the new. And what it means by that is the doctrine that the Lord taught, you're not just going to be able to teach the doctrine of the Lord. You got to add something to it, or you got to take away from it, or you're not going to understand it. You got to do what you want to do. You got to make excuses. You got to be against the doctrine of the Lord. You want to do your own thing. This is what is happening. And so by the term of bursting out on the floor, I want to go over this real quick before I go in here. I wanted to go over this because I find this quite interesting. So bursting out, the bottles bursting, you'll be able to see the demons that guys got in them by them bursting out, bringing out shit of the flesh. This is what you got to understand what's happening in these last days. So if you're not really of the new covenant, right, guess what? You're going to be teaching things that the Lord didn't teach, that the Lord didn't speak on, that the Lord didn't have. He wasn't speaking that shit that guys are speaking. Anything that you're teaching and it does not have anything to do with what the Lord taught or the apostles taught, that means that you're not of the testimony. You don't have the testimony. So what's happening? Guys are bursting out all over the floor what's really inside of them. Because when you drop a bottle on the floor, it bursts out what's really in there. So you got guys that are actually old bottles trying to hold this new wine, which when those bottles burst on the floor and they show you what they're about, what's coming out of guys? Shit of the flesh, false doctrine, women, false heresies, the news, their own breakdowns, the Virgin Mary. It goes on and on. It goes on and on and on and on. So the Lord taught us how to see by what's coming out of a guy's mouth. Now, according to Paul, Galatians, the first chapter, if you teach anything else that the Lord didn't teach, then let that man be accursed. So unfortunately, it's a lot of guys that are just teaching their own shit. And a lot of guys are cursed. They don't really have the testimony of the Lord. And a lot of guys are upset. A lot of guys are not the temple. Certain men are the temple. Everybody's not a temple. They say they're teaching in the new covenant. It is not a fucking wide gate. You know, it's not a wide gate where everybody, it's not a club thing. It's not a clique thing. The scripture tell you that this is a narrow path. And what I see is a lot of guys don't really have the testimony and they really don't believe in it like that. And this is a narrow path. The scripture tell you in second address that this is a path only one can go down at a time. So what does that really fucking mean, man? Like, it's really heavy. Like, this new covenant is not about a wide gate or a broad path. So by your doctrine and by what men speak, we can actually tell what men are about when they are teaching. That's why this is a narrow path. It's like these elders and these guys in these groups, they don't deserve no fucking apologies, man. It is crazy. A lot of you guys are not of the new covenant, man. I just hate to say it. You know, it's like you can't see. A lot of you guys are carnal. You're blind. You're still in the spirit of, you think this is some spirit of camps and shit. A lot of you got reprobate spirits on you. And it's just the truth. And the most important thing in this last day is that I see is there's just a lot of guys are not teaching what the Lord taught. A lot of guys. But they say they're teaching the new covenant, but they are not teaching what the Lord taught. So a lot of you guys are old bottles that have crept in unaware. That is the real definition of crept in unaware. Because when you were speaking of that, it was speaking of men creeping into the ministry of the covenant. Everything in the New Testament has to do with the new covenant. I don't know if you guys understand that. That's why you got these guys in these groups. They will teach scriptures out of the New Testament, but then tell you they're waiting on the covenant. It's heavy. All types of corruption. So if you're not teaching, matter of fact, let me grab something. I'll bring this all together. And we understand that a lot of guys was not set up to really have the testimony. They're just acting like it. And this is a narrow path, man. This ain't a broad path. It's not, because a lot of guys really don't even have it like that. Then a lot of guys hate us. You see, so it's heavy what's going on. Guys have got their own doctrine. So let me read this real quick. This is Galatians 1 and 8. Matter of fact, 1 and 7. You know what? Galatians 1 and 6. Perversion of the gospel. Now it says, I marvel that you are so soon removed from him that called you into the grace of the anointed unto another gospel. And that's what is happening. A lot of guys in the new covenant, and then you got guys that are in then you got these camps. They're perverting the gospel. They're telling you the new covenant ain't here yet. That's perverting the gospel. That's a lie. So you got a bunch of false prophets in these camps. Then by perverting the gospel, when you pervert the gospel, right, as it pertaining to the new covenant, you're teaching shit the Lord didn't teach. You're teaching lies. You're teaching shit of the world. Guys teaching shit the Catholic Church was teaching in the Catholic Church. And it clearly, and you know, we don't hold grudges, or we don't hate none of you guys. But the Lord, Paul tells you what we have to do to guys when they start teaching different shit. And this is according to the scriptures. You know, we can forgive you. We can't be around none of you guys because a lot of you guys ain't right. A lot of guys ain't right. This ain't a huddle together with guys that just say they're teaching the covenant. This ain't a huddle together with guys that say they're teaching the new covenant. This ain't a huddle together with guys that just say they're teaching the new covenant and they got their own spin and twist and doctrine. They're perverting it. I don't think you guys understand that, man. Galatians 1 and 7, it says, which is not another, but there be some that trouble you that will pervert the gospel of our power. Right. So check this out. This is what was happening in the New Testament when Paul was teaching. Let's go into that word pervert.
Strong's G 3344, metastrepho.
Right, to turn around.
Thayer's lexicon, related entry, metatrepo.
Yeah, so it says to turn around. It says to turn across or corrupt, pervert, turn, right? So they're twisting the gospel up. They're perverting it. You know, when you, I'm gonna say this again, man, because a lot of you guys, man, and I just, like I say, this is a narrow path, and when we see certain guys doing certain things, we speak on it, and we hope, you know, other brothers separate themselves too, because you're not going to get in, you're not going to make it by acting like you're fucking being liked of this fucked up ass world. This ain't about being liked. And a lot of guys have crept into this not understanding that they're not even really of God. So a lot of guys are perverting the gospel. This is what was happening in the new covenant too when Paul was teaching. Then you have that whole thing in Acts where certain men were trying to get you to go back and keep the old laws of Moses. when all you had to do was just believe. So what we have going on in this time, a lot of guys are perverting the gospel. And let me say one thing about you camps, man. I said it before. Esau does not care about you fucking carnal niggas in these camps. You're already dead. I picked through one video. This guy was talking about the Rothschilds were talking about you. The Rothschilds ain't worried about you dead niggas in these camps teaching the old law of Moses. You old carnal motherfuckers, man. You perverted motherfuckers. You guys are already dead. What the fuck you want to, that's heavy. You guys, bro, you're out of your mind in these last days in these camps and in the new covenant. It's crazy. You guys are perverting the gospel. And I'm not a part of none of that guys that are perverting the gospel. I don't support it and I'm not with it. There's only a few brothers that are basically sincere. But like you brothers got to be able to fucking see what guys is teaching, bro. Like for real. Because this is a narrow path. Everybody can't go. Even though they act like they can go. Guys be like, oh, I'm teaching the new covenant. But you're perverting the gospel, though. Guys teaching the new covenant, but they're perverting it. Believing in virgin marriage. Teaching women. Teaching the news. Apologizing to elders on these fucking videos. That's not the gospel, man. A lot of you guys, bro, just here to bring confusion, man. You're not even a part of this, really. A lot of you are old bottles. You're old bottles that are bursting. And you don't understand that you're bursting. See, the new covenant, it ain't like some shit of the world, bro. Like, if you're not really of it, you're going to show that you're not of it. By what the fuck you're saying out of your mouth. All you fucking guys, bro. The camps, all these camps, they're through. They don't even have the Lord at all. But certain of you brothers that's teaching you're sincere and you're of the Lord, and you might not know certain things, but a lot of you guys that have crept into this new covenant, you do not understand. You cannot be deceitful and actually be of the world and say that you're of the new covenant, because you're going to burst out. You're going to pervert the gospel. It's going to come out that you're carnal. You don't really have the gospel. You're trying to pervert it. You're trying to do your own thing. And a demon, one thing about a demon, that somebody ain't right, you cannot correct them. You see what I'm saying? You cannot fucking correct them. They can never be corrected. So a lot of guys, we don't hate you guys or none of that. We gotta separate from you guys, because a lot of you are not of the Lord like that. That's just the truth. You just crept in unaware. You're just of the world. And the Lord, Paul told us to separate ourselves. Galatians 1 and 7, it says, which is not another, but there be some that trouble you and would pervert the gospel of the anointed. But though we or another angel from heaven preach any other gospel unto you than that ye have preached unto you, let him be accursed. Let him be accursed. Let him be accursed. So if you're teaching anything else other than what Paul and what the Lord was teaching and the apostles were teaching in Acts and the New Testament, you're cursed. It says, as we said unto you, I say now again, if any man preach any other gospel unto you than that ye have received, let him be accursed. For do I now persuade men or power, or do I seek to please men? For if I yet please men, I should not be a servant of the anointed. Right? So we're not in this for guys to like us. If you're not teaching the same thing, you're not of the Lord. You're perverting the gospel. It's a specific thing that the only specific thing they were teaching was breaking the Lord down. And that's why you would use the Old Testament. Like how we use the Old Testament to back up the Lord and break the Lord down. That's how you're supposed to use the Old Testament, to break the Lord down, because he's the volume of the book. A lot of you guys are of the fucking world. You're a bunch of old fucking bottles that act like you're of the new. All you guys. A lot of you guys are. A lot of you guys are. Talking about you guys were right, you elders were right. They ain't right on nothing. You guys, I don't think you understand the Yahweh Shai was not going in the temple saying that these fucking corrupted guys in these synagogues were right about shit. Even though they might probably would be right on some things, the Lord wouldn't tell them they were wrong ultimately. So a lot of you guys are not in the spirit of the Lord. You're in your own fucking spirit. And I have to say it. Guys are perverting the gospel, saying they're teaching the new covenant. You're not teaching the new covenant. You're teaching your own perverted way of the gospel. Teaching Virgin Mary, teaching women, teaching the news. Apologizing to guys that have corrupted and perverted the gospel. That's who guys are apologizing to, because they didn't see some guy that was wicked a long fucking time ago. You could see that guy was wicked a long fucking time ago. It took for you to actually see something. It's crazy, bro. At least the Lord did show you guys mercy and show you something, but we've been seeing it a long time ago. We don't need nothing carnal to happen for us to see certain things through the spirit. It's heavy, man. I'm going to go to Luke. I got to grab Luke. All right, so what I want to do, I want to go here to Luke 5 real quick and just go over this, what the Lord meant when you can't put new wine in old bottles. And you're going to have certain guys that are old bottles saying that they're of the new. Now, we've seen this with guys that have been in a new covenant exalting themselves, and, you know, with these guys that, you know, that will self-proclaiming themselves, and, you know, these guys, death lessons or whatever. But what you have to understand is you can't put new wine in old bottles. When the Lord, when the Lord when the Lord broke this parable down, which I'm gonna go into it a little more, is that you can't put new wines in old bottles, like the Lord said, or else the bottles break. Now let's read this read this. Now this is Luke 5:36, and this, and what I want you brothers to understand is that, yes, the new covenant is out there, and a lot of guys are teaching it. But what you have in this time, you have an overflow of guys that's not really of it. Because a lot of guys that's not really of it, what they're doing is teaching shit that they think that's right, that don't belong in it. Like the virgin birth, teaching women, teaching the news. They do not understand that the whole doctrine of the new covenant is just teaching the Lord. Guys cannot comprehend that. Let alone these guys in these camps. They've never been in the spirit. They've been under that camp curriculum ever since they've been teaching. And I was listening to one video for a minute. This guy said, I've been in the truth for this long years, and yeah, and you've been a reprobate this whole time. You've been in the truth because you've never been in agreement with Yahweh Shai and his covenant. You guys, is what's heavy is, and I'm gonna say it, these guys put their elders over what the scriptures is really saying, because it's like nobody said nothing to their elders when they said they are the door, and the scriptures don't tell you that the elders are the door. So let's go back to this, the new wine in old bottles, because it's just so much corruption. And a lot of you guys that are of the world, that's of the flesh, and I'm gonna say this, that say you teach a new covenant, you're not of it, because you don't understand certain shit. You don't understand that you're showing who you are through what you're teaching. Everybody, bro. Like, guys don't get that. The new covenant is not a covenant where you could just be fake and don't see you. Like these elders in these camps. They've been corrupt for these last 30 or 40 years. And the majority of people still don't see how corrupt their ass is. Even guys in their fucking group, they can't see them. So a lot of you guys, you come in the new covenant with that same attitude, like you're deceiving somebody, or you like brothers can't see you're not really of it like that. Like brothers can't see that your ass is of the world. Like brothers can't see that a lot of you guys ain't right. Because it all goes back to the doctrine. Now, what I just read Paul said, if a man teach any other thing, let that man be accursed. So if somebody's cursed, matter of fact, let's go back to it. I'm going to come right back to this. So if somebody's cursed, right, that is not a good thing. So if somebody's cursed, that means that they don't have the doctrine of Yahushua. Let me just put it like this. All you guys that say you're teaching, all you deceitful motherfuckers, if you really understood the Lord, you'll be teaching the Lord, telling men to repent to the Lord. That's the bottom line. Now, because you guys don't really understand the Lord and you don't have the testimony of the Lord and you're not of the Lord, a lot of you guys are the flesh. That's why you're teaching all this other shit that don't matter. So we have a lot of guys that have crept in unaware thinking they could manipulate this and be deceitful like this is some shit of the world. No, this is spiritual. That's why a lot of you guys are not spiritual. You're carnal. You think you can pull a fast one. Guys going on fucking interviews with Vocab, FBI Malone. It's heavy. A lot of you guys ain't have nothing to do with the new covenant from the beginning. It's just that, like the parable, you can't put new wine in old bottles, else the bottles burst. What are the bottles gonna burst? What's gonna burst out of them bottles? You can't put this new wine in old bottles. Guys burst out. They burst out showing you that they truly believe in virgin birth. They burst out showing you that they really believe in the doctrine of worshiping women. They burst out showing you that they the only thing they know is the shit of the world and Esau in the news. And pretty much the whole breakdown of Acts is almost done. I got a few more chapters, but pretty much the whole understanding of Acts, they were breaking the Lord down. Not one time were they breaking women down. Even Paul, he started a riot because he told them people not to worship Diana. But then you got guys that say they're in the new covenant, but in the spirit, they're not of it. They're telling you, they're teaching you all this shit about women. Who gives a fuck about that? You see? So a lot of you guys, because you're of the old, you think that nobody sees you. Like you think like you're getting away, like you're slipping around, like brothers really can't see what it is. And that's why it's so much deceit in this day. And this ain't something where you just say you're a part of it. If guys really don't have the doctrine and they're not really teaching what the Lord and them taught, then you're not of it. And it's heavy because a lot of guys are teaching and they don't even understand what Acts was about. They want to teach everything they want to teach, so that shows you that they don't understand the testimony of Yahushua. They don't understand the breakdown of the Lord or his doctrine because they're not of it. Like the Lord told them scribes and Pharisees, my words have no place in you. And just like guys that say they're teaching, these words have no place in a lot of guys because of what they're teaching. What guys are teaching, you got to line it up with what they were teaching in Acts. And if they wasn't teaching that shit in Acts, you got to write guys off. And a lot of guys are upset because we see you guys are not of God, like you're carnal, and can't nobody tell you shit. You're carnal. We don't want to have nothing to do with you guys like that. You guys are of the world. A lot of you guys are of the devil, Satan. A lot of guys say you teach a new covenant and you hate us brothers that teach this thing faithfully. We teach this thing faithfully. We take this thing seriously. We teach everything the Lord taught. That's why we broke down the whole book of Acts. So you brothers can understand that this whole thing is just about the Lord. And guys that are deviating from that, they're not of the Lord. It's simple. Now let me read this real quick. Galatians 1:9. As we said before, I just read this. I want to read this again. As we said before, and I say now unto you again, if any man preach other gospel unto you than that ye have received, let him be accursed. So these guys in these camps, they're cursed, man. They think credibility with the world gives you credibility in the spirit. They think because guys fear men, and the scripture tell you that the fear of men bring a fucking snare. Guys fear these fucking elders, and they're teaching you false doctrine, and they've never been with the Lord. You see how backwards our people are? Our people are in a weak state. So because our people are in a weak state, you got these weak ass fucking old guys pleading on your fucking emotions. It's heavy, man. But you have so many guys that say they're teaching the new covenant, and by their doctrine they're that of it, because they don't understand the testimony of the Lord. They're teaching everything else. Guys believe in the fucking Virgin Mary. Guys are teaching from women, and then guys getting these videos, and they're teaching shit the apostles did never even teach about. So that's why you have guys. That's the whole thing of creeping in unaware. And that's why we teach like we do, and nobody's teaching like we're teaching. Nobody. None of you guys. There's a few brothers that's understanding, that's getting it, that are testifying and teaching the Lord. But the majority of you guys, you're just in the way, man. You're bringing confusion. A lot of you guys are of the world, teaching shit that the Lord and them and the apostle, they wasn't teaching none of this shit you guys are teaching. That's why we go through the book of Acts, to show you that it's a set out spirit that Paul, Peter, and them were in. They were in a spirit. They were in a different spirit. They had their own. There was one spirit that they were in, teaching the Lord. That was it, and they all was in the same spirit. And a lot of you guys are in another worldly spirit. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. I wasn't going to say nothing, but I had to speak on it. Now, this word, a curse, right?
Strong's G 331. Anathema. Anathema.
Right, anathema. Now, guys, you used to bring this out, but what you got to understand about this is by your doctrine, bro. What you're teaching, man. And if you're of the flesh, then you really can't understand. You're like, oh, I can teach that. We could teach that. It's like you don't have an understanding. Just like these guys in these groups. These guys actually think that the elites of this world really give a fuck about what you camps are teaching, all this fucking false doctrine you're teaching, and you're not even in power right now. You're not even in the covenant with the Lord, and you talking about some elites. I skipped through this one video talking about, yeah, let's talking to you elites. The elites of this world don't care about you reprobate niggas on the street. Under the old law of Moses, carnal than a motherfucker. You got to be kidding me what's happening in this last day, but it's happening. So the reason us few brothers really teach this thing is because there are men out there that really do believe and they really do understand. And that's what this new covenant is used for. It's used to reprove, rebuke, and it's for correction. But a lot of you guys hate correction because a lot of you guys are demons. That's why. So you hate to be told. You hate to be told something. You hate to be corrected because you're demons. That's why you're gonna die over here. A lot of you guys. Now, anathema. It says a thing set up or laid by in order to be kept, specifically an offering resulting from a vow which, after being consecrated to God, was hung upon the walls and the columns of the temple or put in some other conspicuous place. A thing devoted to God without the hope of being redeemed. A thing devoted to God without the hope of being redeemed. A thing devoted to God without the hope of being redeemed. And if an animal be slain, therefore a person or a thing is doomed to destruction, right? A lot of guys are doomed by their doctrine. Guys get on these videos teaching Esau. Now, and not in one scripture in the Gospels did the Lord mention Esau, bro. He mentioned Herod, he did, but he did not mention Esau. So guys have their own doctrine. These camps, they're cursed. Look at these guys. They fear these elders over what the scriptures really say. It says, a man accursed, diverted to the worst of woes. So a lot of guys are devoted to the dire of woes. Guys fucking going on interviews with Vocab Malone, man. We don't got nothing to do with none of you guys, you worldly motherfuckers. Guys that don't have the doctrine of the Lord, They're not of the Lord, all right? You could say you're of whatever covenant you could say you're of. But if you don't have the doctrine that the apostles were teaching in Acts and telling men to repent to the new covenant, you're not of the Lord. It don't matter what the fuck you're teaching. You could teach women. You could teach the Virgin Mary. You could teach news. You could teach Esau. But if you don't have the same doctrine that the apostles were teaching in Acts, were getting men to heal and the Holy Ghost was hopping on guys. See, if you were in the spirit, you will have some fucking discernment. But what does the scripture say? A carnal man cannot discern the things of the spirit, for they are spiritually discerned. And the scriptures say, and this is how you guys think of it too. You look at it like the scriptures say, the preaching of the cross is foolishness to them that perish. Matter of fact, let me grab this. That's how guys think of this. They really think of like, well, we're teaching this foolishness, but they're going to perish. That's the funny part. It's heavy, bro. Here it is right here. This is 1 Corinthians 1:18. And this is true. Everything is true in the scriptures. That's why you got to get away from guys that are deceitful. This ain't about just recognize everybody say they're just teaching the new covenant. You got to be able to discern what the fuck they're teaching, what doctrine they have. It's crazy, man. 1 Corinthians 1:18, for the preaching of the cross is to them that perish foolishness. Right, so this is foolishness to guys that's not of God. They're like, oh, we can teach what we want. We can teach Esau. We can teach the camp doctrine. Oh, the new covenant doctrine demon. This is foolishness unto guys because they're going to die. They're of the flesh. This is heavy, man. For the preaching of the cross is to them that perish foolishness, but to us which are saved, it is the power of God. You see that? So we understand us certain few are really going to understand the Lord and teach his doctrine the way you're supposed to. You're supposed to be describing the Lord. Like what I'm doing, I'm breaking down Paul. When Paul told you, he said, hey, if any man teach anything else that the Lord didn't teach, let that man be accursed. So a lot of guys are cursed by their own tongue. What's the scripture say? Their mouth condemned them. By their mouth you shall be condemned. I'm going to get that too. So it's not us hating. We're just pointing out what's coming out of guys is not what the Lord taught. And I don't care. Like, we ain't got nothing to do with none of you carnal motherfuckers of the world. You can say you're teaching whatever, but whatever comes out of your mouth, we can see what you're of. So, like I said, guys think this covenant is something where you could deceive, like in the flesh, like these elders been doing for 50 years, deceiving the shit out of you. Because guys are carnal. They think they're slipping around. But what they don't understand is we could actually see. The elect can actually see. The elect won't be deceived. Who guys are deceiving is motherfuckers of the world like them. Now, 1 Corinthians 1:19, for it is written, I will destroy the wisdom of the wise and bring to nothing the understanding of the prudent. And that's what's happening. We're destroying the wisdom of these guys that think they're wise. Because we can actually see. Like the brother said, we have the testimony. Certain of us were made temples. A lot of you guys are of the world. You have formed temples made with man's hands. That's what you have formed. And the Lord tells you that the Lord doesn't dwell in temples made with hands. 1 Corinthians 1:20, where is the wise and where is the scribe? Where is the disputer of this world? Have not God made foolish the wisdom of this world? It says, for after that in the wisdom of God, the world by wisdom knew not God. Right? So all this wisdom that guys have, teaching this and teaching that, teaching this and that and this, but all that wisdom my guys have, guess what? They do not know God, bro. It's heavy. It says it pleased God by the foolishness of preachers to save them that believe. So what's pleasing the Lord is us teaching, breaking the Lord down, getting men to understand the Lord. This is what's pleasing the Lord. What's not pleasing the Lord is teaching false doctrine that the Lord and them never taught. That's why guys got heavy judgments. So let's go to this real quick. Let me read this, man. I'm not trying to be all day, but I had to get this out because a lot of guys that say they're teaching New Covenant, they're still in that deceitful attitude, like us brothers don't got 20/20 vision. We see you guys, man. Shit is crazy. It is very crazy, man. Now Luke 5 and 35 and 36. And he spake also a parable unto them. No man putteth a piece of new garment on the old, otherwise then the new maketh a rent, and the piece that is taken out of the new agreeth not with the old. You see that? So you can't put this new covenant doctrine and the understanding in somebody that's of the old. It's going to make a rent. Meaning that, let's go on that word rent. Yeah, it's heavy. These parables and these dark sayings, they're not for carnal minds. Guys think that they're pulling the fast one, but really you're not. It says that word rent, it says to cleave asunder, rend, to divide, a rendering, to split into factions, be divided. Woo! So you could say that, just as look at it like this. You could say that you're of the new covenant and you could say you're teaching it, but when certain things arose, what's going to show that your ass is of the flesh, that you're divided from the spirit, heavy. Just like teaching women, that's just of the flesh. Believing in the Virgin Mary, that's just of the flesh. Teaching the news all day, that's just of the flesh. Teaching Esau, that's just of the world. The scripture tell you that prophecies don't profit you if you don't believe in the Lord's covenant. That's what it's saying. If you don't believe in Yahweh Shai, none of these prophecies don't profit you. Got these reprobates talking about the easy elites. These elites are laughing at you niggas, man. I ain't worried about you niggas, man. You guys are against God, bro. Like, you guys in these camps, you don't understand that. You don't have a covering in this time. You've been under the old law of Moses. Like, it's how retarded is that? None of you guys believe in the new covenant. You say it's a demon. You respect your elders more than you actually respect the Lord's word for what it is. Matter of fact, I think the brothers sent me this. Let me read this real quick. Guys, fear these men. A bunch of fucking man worshipers. Dick riders and shit. It's crazy. That's why we don't want no praise of this world. Everybody's reprobate. They don't even, like a lot, the majority of guys that's holding the Bible, they don't understand what they're holding. Because if guys understood it, they'd be teaching what the Bible really is right now, which that's repentance unto the new covenant. But a lot of guys are bringing confusion, the tree of good and evil. What the fuck are you teaching that for right now? Because a lot of you guys are evil. You might bring out some good, but you guys have evil in your ass. That's why you're teaching that shit. Guys stumble over the Virgin Mary. Guys teaching women because you guys are of the world. And us brothers can see that, but you can't see that. For some reason, you guys think you're of God. But according to your doctrine, you guys are fucking of the world. Like, you don't get that. Because you don't have a fucking understanding. It says a carnal man cannot discern the things of the spirit because he is spiritually discerned. So you do not understand that the shit you're teaching is not of the spirit. That's your own fucking shit. All you guys from camps and you guys in the new covenant. It's heavy. Let me read this, man. You fucking reprobates out there, bro. It's heavy. Guys fear men. And they fear men because they don't understand the new covenant. They don't have the testimony. That's why they fear men. If you had the testimony, you wouldn't be fearing men. I have fear. I fear these men, these reprobates in these camps, fearing these elders. For what? Shh. Because you don't have the testimony of the Lord. That's why you fear men like that. Goddamn clowns, bro. It's heavy, man. Man, it is so heavy. Proverbs 29 and 25, the fear of man bringeth a snare, but whoso putteth his trust in the Lord shall be saved. You see that? So you guys fearing these elders, like I heard this reprobate on this video this morning. Oh, I feel the elders, I give great fear. You guys are fucking reprobates. You guys don't understand the scriptures. Like the scriptures really got you guys caught up in the snare and you don't understand it. You're teaching, you guys are literally teaching, they're literally teaching the Bible, which they do not understand, bro. It is heavy. Let me read that before I go back to Luke. By your mouth you shall be condemned. Guys literally talking about they fear these elders. That's because you don't have the testimony of the Lord. The Lord ain't with you. That's why you fear men. Goddamn clowns, bro. It's crazy. And you can't tell men shit. Just because guys been teaching this truth for this long, and you gotta look at it like this. Yeah, they've been teaching the truth for this long, but they're going off, and nobody in the whole group is telling them that they're going off because they fear these men. There's no fear of none of this shit here. Because we understand all you guys are fucking reprobating. You really don't understand what you're teaching. It's heavy, man. Oh, man, bro. Let me read this real quick. Matthew 21:16, and he said unto them, Thou hearest what these say. Then Yahushua said unto them, Yea, have you ever read out of the mouth of babes and suckling, thou hast perfected praise. Thou hast perfected praise. You see that? So out of the mouth of babes, young men, not no old men trying to, what these old men are doing, they're using them being old to plead on your emotions so you can fucking honor them, bro. Like clowns you guys are. Matthew 15:11, not that which that goeth into the mouth defileth a man, but which cometh out of the mouth, this defileth a man. Not that which goeth into the mouth defileth a man, but that which cometh out of the mouth, this defileth a man. A lot of guys are defiling themselves with the false doctrine of this world because they really don't have no understanding. Yeah, a lot of you guys, you're of the world, man. Don't come on our pages, or you ain't got nothing to say to us. You guys are of the world, bro. You guys just think they could deceive because they're of the flesh, so they think like they could deceive the spirit. That's why that girl, she dropped dead in front of Peter. He said, hey, you think you could deceive the Holy Spirit? That's how a lot of you guys are. You're in the spirit, dropping dead in front of the Holy Ghost because you think you can deceive the spirit. That's how carnal you guys are. Shh. Yeah, it is heavy, bro. It says Romans 10:9, if thou shalt confess with thy mouth the Lord power, shalt thou believe in thy heart, and God hath raised up the dead, and thou shalt be saved. Right, so guys don't believe with their heart because they can't really understand the doctrine. So how can you understand? How can you believe in something you don't understand? You don't understand that the Lord wasn't talking about women. You don't understand that the scriptures, Mary wasn't a virgin. You can't understand that the apostles and them didn't speak about Esau like that. You can't understand that by you teaching the news, that is not the gospel. It's crazy. So, like, if you don't understand something, you don't believe in it. So you got a lot of actors, bro. It's heavy. Romans 10:10, for with the heart man believeth unto righteousness, and with the mouth confession is made unto salvation. So what are we confessing? We're confessing the Lord. That's it. While the rest of you guys, by what you're speaking, you're going to be condemned. Teaching that bullshit you guys are teaching. Romans 15:6, it says that you may be with one mind and one mouth and glorify God, even the Father of your Lord Yahushua Mashiach, that you may with one mind and one mouth. So us few brothers have the same mind and the same mouth to help testify the Lord, where the rest of you guys, You're teaching whatever the fuck you want to teach, the tree of good and evil. Because you guys are evil. That's why you're teaching that shit. Was the Lord teaching the tree of good and evil? Shh. Was the Lord glorifying women? Was the Lord teaching the Virgin Mary? Was the Lord teaching Esau? That's why a lot of you guys, you're in a snare, like King David said, let this be a trap and a snare. And that's exactly what this is, bro. It really is. It really is, bro. It really is. And all we're doing is doing what the Lord told us. He told us to teach. And he told Peter to feed his sheep 3 times. So that means we have to teach this, man, because we have to understand it. So you can't put new wine in old bottles unless the bottles fucking burst. So the new does not agree with the old. And they're going to show you if they say they're teaching the new and certain things pop up, they're going to show you that they don't really believe in the new and they're still of the old. You see that? And this has happened. Luke 5. Let's go back to this, man. And I'm going to close out here. This is going to be it. But a lot of you guys, you're of the world, bro. You know, it just is what it is. We don't want nothing to do with you guys. You can't tell you guys nothing. You're carnal. Teaching women. And I'm telling you, you can get subscribers. You can get all the attention in the world if you teach bullshit. And we're not over here to just be teaching anything. You're supposed to be using the Bible to break the Lord down, all the way from the Old Testament to the New. The Old Testament spoke of the Lord, and you're supposed to back up the New Covenant with the Old Covenant, breaking the Lord down. But a lot of you guys, you don't understand that because you're fucking of the world. You're carnal, man. That's why a lot of you guys are being confounded. And really, it's real easy. It's real easy to confound you guys. It's real easy. It's not even like we're doing it. We're just pointing out shit that you guys don't understand because you're so fucking carnal. Now, Luke 5:37, no man putteth new wine into the old bottles, else the new wines will burst, and the bottles, it says, else the new wine will burst the bottles and be spilled, and the bottles shall perish. There go that word perish again. And no man putteth new wine into old bottles, else the new wine will burst, and the bottles be spilled. Right, a lot of you guys are spilling. Let's go into this word. Burst the bottles. Guys are bursting because they're not of this covenant. So they're bursting out the flesh that don't have nothing to do with the spirit. You see that? So what they're teaching, they're showing you. What's better, guys, don't even fucking teach. Now that word, burst.
Strong's G 4486. Hregnomy.
Right, it's crazy. It's like guys are in the flesh thinking they can still deceive, bro. It's heavy. It's so heavy. That's why we don't want nothing to do with you deceitful motherfuckers of the new and you guys are the camp. You better just repent. This ain't no fucking hangout, bro. Like, if you're not of God, you're not going to make it. On some real shit. Now, that word burst, to rend, to burst, to break asunder, break up, break through, to tear in pieces, to break forth. It says, into joy of infants or dumb persons, beginning to speak, to distort, convulse. Woo! That's what guys are doing. When you put in that new wine in these old bottles, they start to converse. They start to trip out, teaching shit that's not even a part of the new covenant. They're like teaching their own shit. It says of a demon causing convulsions in a man. Right, the apostles in Acts, they weren't teaching the Queen of Heaven. It's crazy, bro. They weren't teaching the tree of good and evil. It's heavy. That's why Paul said, if any man teach anything else, let him be accursed. I don't think you guys understand that. You guys are cursed. That's why we get away from guys. When guys start going off in the doctrine, believing in the Virgin Mary and the women, and then the guys teaching the news and Esau, they're of the world doing that shit. Because the apostles in Acts, they didn't teach that shit. It says, of a demon causing convulsions in a man possessed. You see that? to dash down, hurl to the ground, occurrence of causes of a demon possessing, epilepsy, burst, tear, rend, break forth, throw down. And you can see guys that got demons on them. That's why we separate ourselves from guys, bro. And these fucking elders in these camps, all these guys that have bugged out in their groups. It's no different. You're gonna have guys that's gonna bug out. The new covenant, it's a different doctrine. It's not of the world. It's not carnal. You can't manipulate it and say you're of it, and really you don't really believe in it, and don't think your bottle's it's not gonna burst, and all your demons gonna fall out on the floor. You see, and then by you doing your videos, and by you fucking doing your videos and teaching the shit you're teaching, by your doctrine, you're not of the Lord. You don't have the testimony. I think a lot of guys probably being paid off to teach bullshit. That's what I think. Well, that's what I know. A lot of guys are being paid off. It says to break, to wreck, crack. Right? Guys start cracking that's of the world that say they're teaching the new covenant. But you can see they're cracking. It's heavy, bro. Disrupt, convulse, burst, rend, tear, right? This new covenant is tearing guys up. Because you can't say, the thing with the new covenant, you can't say, you're of it, because what's going to show is that you're not of it by your doctrine. Does that make sense? You can't make this up. So you can't just say you're teaching the new covenant, you got to be of it. Or else it's going to show in your doctrine. Or you're just going to burst all out over the floor. And then we're going to see that this new wine, really, you're not really a part of the new wine. It's not compatible with you. Or else you'll have the Lord's testimony. But let me get out of here, man. I just wanted to teach that. I just wanted to bring that out. Because guys teaching all this other shit, they're cursed. From camps to certain guys that's teaching new covenant, they're cursed according to the scriptures of what you guys are teaching. We didn't make you guys teach that shit. We just say, hey, just teach the gospels. Just teach the Lord. How easy is that just to teach the gospel? Well, apparently it's not easy for a lot of you guys because you're not of God. So you can't just teach the Lord. A lot of you motherfuckers are the world. You see, and then this time, like the scriptures say, you're getting your judgment in this time. The word is judging you guys in the last day. And that's what it meant in, 1 Corinthians? That this word is going to revenge them that know not God. Right? A lot of you guys, like the scripture say in Corinthians, you got all this worldly wisdom, but then you don't even know the Lord like that. Heavy. If you knew the Lord, you'd be teaching them the correct way. Hey, with that, you brothers repent that can understand what we're saying. For the rest of you guys, you're of the world. By your doctrine you're speaking, you're of the world, bro. You know, we didn't make it like that. You guys are showing who you are. And guys know who we are by what we teach. All right? And it's heavy. That's why we're hated. That's why guys teaching that bullshit. Nobody care about what you guys are teaching in these camps. Talking about the elites. Man, the elites do not care about you reprobate niggas teaching false doctrine on the fucking street. It's crazy. They fucking set you guys up like that and your elders and shit. One of your elders said he took an oath on the fucking camera. And shit came out of him. All you guys are reprobating these fucking camps talking about they fear men. The fear men bring a snare. So that definitely mean that you guys never had the testimony of the Lord. Let me get out of here. Hey, you brothers that can understand, repent and separate yourself from all reprobates of the new and of the old. Hey, with that, hey, shalom.